today. We're down here in the seed starting area for me and things are looking great. Those are my geraniums, my apple blossoms. But what we're doing today is I am up potting my cosmos and my giant zinnias here. And the reason for that, I want to have a bigger, stronger plant. These plants will not be going in until the end of May, 1st of June. These zinnias are my dwarf zinnias and they will stay in those pots because they'll go in probably around the middle of May. They're in the front of the border. All of these, the giants get large. I want them in the back of the border. The cosmos are going to go not only in the back, but in the middle border, and then probably some in the front because I love how their texture is. So this is my experiment to try and up pot these, get a much larger plant, and hold on to them for a couple weeks before they, a couple weeks longer than what I would normally keep my annuals like my dwarf zinnias. So let's go upstairs, we'll get that done today. Hey guys, I know I said we'd go upstairs and do this, but we're down here on the near the water barrel garden, and we're going to put all the soil in these pots outside so that I don't have so much of a mess, and then we'll take these inside. I didn't want to bring my seedlings out because I haven't started hardening them off, so I thought we'll get the pots filled out here and then we'll go inside and put the plants inside. So this is just my potting mix. What the plants are in right now is a seed starting mix, and they need a little more fertilization than that if they're going to go to the 1st of June, and they're going to get bigger plants. They need better space for their roots. If they're going to stay in those pots till I get them in, hopefully the end of May, 1st of June, when I want them in. So what I've done, I've got these pots, and when you use your soil, you don't want to fill it to the top. You want to leave room so that once you put your plant in there at the same level it comes out of its seedling trays, then you can add a little more soil if you need to. And then we'll water them all. So it's just a matter of using a good potting mix. I've used Miracle Grow for years. You can use anything you want. And then what I am going to do, once all the plants are in their new pots, I will get them watered in thoroughly, and they'll go back down under the lights and hopefully just keep growing on. I will, it looks like the end of this week, the temperatures are going to be pretty consistent in the upper 60s, maybe 70s, and at night consistent in the 50s, high 40s. I will start hardening off everything so that they can be, at some point in time, they can all sit out here till I'm ready to plant them, which would be great because I like to get them out of the basement by this time. I've planted these seedlings, the zinnias and the cosmos, I think I have March 25th. The geraniums I started in January. So it's time, it's time to get those plants out where they need to be. So I'm going to carry on down here and get all these pots filled up. It really won't take long. We'll go upstairs and the plants are up there waiting on me. We'll get them in their new pots, water them in, take them downstairs, get them under lights, and I will feel great about this, getting them in a healthier soil. Keep on doing this, and then I'll bring all these trays upstairs and we'll get those plants in the ground. So I've gotten everything from downstairs, upstairs. The giant zinnias we'll start with first. Like I said, I want these to grow on for a couple extra weeks than the other plants will, and they've become too small for their little 1 inch, 2 inch seedling trays, and they also need more nutrition. So this is just regular potting mix that will give them more nutrition and a lot more space for the little roots to climb into. So with the first one here, I have, well, the soil's a little dry, which is good. So I'm going to put all of this right here into its tray. And then if you need to, and it looks like I will, I'm going to add a little more soil right around the top. And I've tried not to water these like last night. I have found the that if you give them a day or two to dry a little bit when you know you're going to transplant them, the soil around their roots doesn't come off, and I think it works better. So again, I put this at the same height that it came out of the pot. And then once these are all done, let me get a little light here. There we go. Yeah, now you can see better that I left some soil. I don't want to fill it clear to the top because when I water, I will water from the top. And I'm just, so the zinnias, the giant zinnias, this one's a little more moist than the other one. There we go. I've got it out of its soil. You can see the roots. Let me get in the light. Pretty good. I want those roots to be bigger. I have, with the giant zinnias, I usually have just direct sown them into the soil. And what I have found, because my perennials have gotten so nice and big, that the foliage where I thought I had space, because I don't know about you guys, but in the spring you see all this space, and then end of April comes and things are developing. Your perennials have gotten bigger and some things have self-seeded. So I really want to see zinnias in July, August, September. That's why I'm doing this. I want them to be nice, big, hardy, and ready to go in the soil without being smothered. Because what's happened in the past, my seedlings have gotten smothered because they're no bigger than this when I try and put them in the ground in May. And so I'm trying something new. It's always good. I know they're going to grow and we will get some beautiful flowers. And that's what I'm going to do. Get my zinnias prepped and ready for June color. So the zinnias are easy. You can see how easy that is. I'll finish this tray out. I did put a little water on this one this morning because it was really dry. It looked shriveled up. Yay. Zinnias are hardy. If you've never grown zinnias, you can direct sow them. You can start them as we have from seedlings. From seed, and you'll have good results. All right, there's one tray done. Now I'm going to get a tray and I'll show you, because zinnias, you saw how easy that was. I hope the cosmos are this easy. Yeah, I think I have 20 cosmos, 7 zinnias. And I'm not, like I mentioned, everything else downstairs are not going to get potted up because I'm going to start hardening them off and hopefully they'll go in the ground in the next week or two. The geraniums, I did pot them up. I started them in January, and then I potted them up once they had a true set of leaves. I had 2 to 3 sets. Then I up potted them to give them space to grow because I want them blooming. And you can see that they are blooming, and I want them blooming May when I do my window box. The cosmos, let's try them. So that's why I'm doing this. Again, it's just my thing, trying my thing here. So come on, cosmos. And I mentioned too, these will all go out and start getting hardened off with all the other plants when it's time. Oh, wow. Great root system on these. That's the other thing. When you want your plants to grow on, you have to get them into a bigger pot, or the roots will get too big for the pot. Something I didn't mention, when I was putting the potting mix in here, I did tap it on the ground. You want to make certain it is compacted. I didn't moisten any of this because I'm going to give it all a big drink of water. I've got Mozart's up on the table here. I don't know what he's going to do. Oh, I really like the roots on these systems. Yes, these are going to just do great. Yippee. Let me move these over here. Don't those look better in these big pots? they look so, spindly in these 1-inch seedling trays. You put them in a big pot, they look like they're going to love it. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to keep on transplanting all of my cosmos and zinnias, and then I'll take you downstairs and show you where they're going to live till I start hardening them off, which I mentioned it could be as early as the end of this week if the weather stays as nice as they predict. A few more of these, and then I'll take you downstairs and show you where they're going to live. So I put them in the sink, got them all saturated so that I know that the soil is completely moist, clear to the bottom of the pot. And they're ready to go downstairs now. So they're all downstairs, potted up. Fans are on. Oh, wait. Lights are on. I have these on, I think, 14 or 16 hours a day. But anyhow, I am so glad to get that job done. And I believe that they will all grow nice and strong. I'll keep you posted on those. I will give them, like I said, at least once a week. I give them full strength liquid fertilizer, and then the rest, if they dry out, we give them plain water. So a job well done. Before I go today, on my way up the stairs of taking the plants to be, the pots to be filled, I looked inside of my larkspur. There's a fly. My larkspur pots, and I thought, oh my goodness, I need to start hardening these off. The one thing about these winter sown pots, they're pretty hardy as they are, but when you start seeing this much leaf, which they all look so good, I want to get these in the ground in the next week or so. So I'm going to start on a day like today. I've had the lid off of here, I think 2 hours, and we'll give them 1 more hour. And then I might try and shut it up just like that. Cover them up for tonight. I'll check the temperature. And then tomorrow I will let them stay out. This is a shaded area. Tomorrow I'll do the same thing for, it's not going to take as long as most plants, probably 3 days. And I'll get them in the sun, then we'll get those planted. This was exciting. And I get to play with these now for the next couple of days, get them hardened off. And then we'll get them in the ground. I'm so excited. It's all happening like in 1 week. Anyway, guys, this was Gardening on the West Fork. Teresa, Zone 6B, potting her annuals for stronger plants. So we'll see you the next time. Hopefully we'll be planting some of these.